Hi, I'm Fionna Gossling from Royal LePage Real Estate Services Limited in Oakville, Ontario, and I'm here to talk to you about what happened in the Oakville real estate market in July 2018. So I'm going to start where I always start, which is the big picture stuff, and that's comparing July 2018 sales to July 2017 sales. And as you can see from this, we were way up. So we were up about 52% over July last year when you look at number of units that sold. So that's quite a remarkable jump. It's important to point out that July 2017 was pretty much the lowest point of the correction that we saw after the provincial government's foreign buyer tax rules came in, and a slew of other taxes really. So July 2017, things kind of bottomed out and have been increasing since then. However, comparing month to month, we are up 52%. You can see that we have about 14% more active listings this month over July 2017. So that's good. We're getting a bit more inventory for people to choose from, but that's not the trend we've been seeing month over month, and we'll get to that on the next screen. And we have about 3.1 months of inventory. So that represents a seller's market at 3.1%. Things that are priced properly are selling. And our average sale price is down slightly. It's down by about 4%, and days on market are up. So this is perhaps a better indicator because it starts to show us the overall trend of what's been happening. So this is going back to January 2018, so back to the beginning of the year. And you can see that we had quite a low number of sales in January, and that had been steadily increasing right up to July. So we're off when you compare July 2018 to June 2018. But it's still quite a reasonable number, especially when you look at April and March, which is typically real estate's busy season. So it has been a pretty good July, all things considered. Our number of units offered available are down a little bit, and that's good for it's good for sellers. There's a little less to choose from for buyers. So just depending on if you're looking to buy or sell, that's what's happening. And we have 3.1 months of inventory. We've talked about that, and our prices are down. That represents about a 5% decrease from June to July. But remember that in Oakville in particular, a few really big sales can skew that. So if you have a $10 million sale and you only are looking at 291 units, that's going to affect that average sale price. And it is fairly consistent. You can see right along when you look at average sale prices, it does fluctuate month to month. So nothing dramatic happening there, and 31 days on market. So those are remaining pretty steady. This is important to look at. So this is looking at our micro markets and drilling down, and I'm always talking about how real estate is so local, and it really depends on if you're buying or selling, what you're trying to buy or sell, and what community you're trying to buy and sell in. So you can see the majority of sales that have happened in Oakville. We had 147 detached sales go on in the month of July. And that represents 4 months of inventory left. So months of inventory is if nothing new came to the market, how many months would it take for us to sell out what we currently have? And that would be 4 months in a detached product. That is still a seller's market, but it is creeping up towards a balanced market. So once we hit around 5 or 6 months of inventory there, we're said to be in a balanced market, and anything more than that is a buyer's market. What I'm seeing anecdotally is that buyers are certainly being much more selective about what they buy. There's a lot more negotiation going on between buyers and sellers as sellers' expectations adjust and buyers' expectations adjust. So yeah, that's what's happening there. Average sale price is $1,316,000. And our average days on market is about 30. You can see that if you were interested in buying a townhome or an apartment, the days on market remains about the same, but your months of inventory is way down. So that is certainly representing a seller's market there. And things that are priced right are selling. That's also consistent with the demographics of Oakville and seeing baby boomers moving out of their house, downsizing into smaller properties. And there's just fewer townhouses and condominiums around Oakville. So if you're looking to buy or sell one of those, that's a very different market from buying or selling a detached home. And lastly, you can always go back and see all of this information on my website, but here every month I break down the number of sales that have happened in each community, the average selling price, the average days on market, and the median sales price, and also how many transactions have taken place. So you can start to get a sense and look at the trends of how busy each micro market is. If you ever had any questions about any of this stuff or wanted to know more specifically what's going on in your neighborhood, get a really good pulse of what's happening, please feel free to reach out. We're always happy to talk and discuss more specifically to you what's happening in the market. Talk to you next month.